The hour of the house party had arrived. In my mind, I kept double and triple checking the essentials for the party. Knowing my dad, he invited his business partners and the executives of the Anderson Company to show me off. Because, I'm not my own person with my own wants and desires and likes, and, I am just my dad's trained show pony. Just saying. I stood in front of my mirror in my room, staring at my form as a million thoughts ran through my mind. It was just a housewarming party, but at the same time, it wasn't. It's really not. But, you're gonna have fun. It's gonna be fine. It was my chance to show my dad that I was better than his expectations. Oh. That is debatable and way too much pressure to put on one night. It was a chance for me to see my parents as a woman. It was my test to see if I was really ready to live on my own. By doing my parents' bidding and throwing a party that I don't want, that my friends aren't going to be in attendance for. Good times. Well, not truly alone. I had the incubi to thank. Yeah, I did kind of stick them with the work today, but I'm sure they don't mind, really. I mean, they're living here rent-free. Come on. But even so, I didn't have my dad guiding me or my mom helping me through living alone. And that's actually kind of sad. I know when I moved to Sweden, my parents were continuously checking in on me. Especially my mom. Yeah. And I moved to Sweden in my 20s, so... Yeah, I've been here for a while now. A knock on my door broke my thoughts, surprising me. Who is it?
Hey, are you okay in there?
Nope,
Your
I'm
parents will be
monologuing.
here soon, so you should hurry getting ready.
Ugh, you don't hurry perfection, Naomi, you know that. Well, I'm ready, but... But what?
But what? I'm sure you look fine, Anderson. Just come on out.
All right. Aw, look at you. Both so cute. Oh, look at me. I'm even hotter than my friends. I mean, look at me. I like that dress. This is actually something I would wear in the real world. As soon as I opened the door to the hall, I watched as Naomi and Zuzu's faces turned from smiles to complete awestruck stares. Yeah, I don't blame them. It is kind of a really good dress. What? Mika, you're hot. Just accept it.
Dude, you look hot.
I know, right? Thank you, Zuzu.
Yeah, you look amazing.
Aw,
Where did you get that dress?
The internet probably. I've had it for a while. I just never had the chance to wear it. I figured I might as well bring it out now. Now that I'm under Daddy's roof and I can wear whatever the heck I want. Plus, there's incubi boys running around. Just saying. I like my chances. Speaking of the boys... I stepped out of my room and closed my bedroom door behind me. As I walked down the hall to the grand lobby, the incubi stood waiting for me at the bottom, all dressed to the nines as proper servants. No. Sam is not dressed right. We discussed this. Where is the French maid outfit? Seriously, where is it? Also, yes, they all look very dashing. Very dashing indeed.
Whoa, they really know how to dress well, don't they?
They gotta have at least one skill, right? Plus, as princes, I have to imagine, occasionally getting dressed up is part of the package. Yeah. I was slightly taken aback on how great the boys looked in uniform. Nothing like a man in uniform. Sigh. Each had the poise of a perfect gentleman. Even Sam. Whose art does really not reflect it. I slowly began to climb down the steps with Zuzu and Naomi behind me, the boys watching as I descended the staircase one step at a time, like knights waiting for their princess. I felt my face slightly flush, but I quickly shook my head to try and regain my thoughts. As I reached the last step, James offered his hand out to me and walked me down the final step, smiling.
As beautiful as a princess, miss.
Aw, thank you. You're not so bad looking yourself. And my apologies, I have a text. Thank you.
So, are you prepared for tonight?
No, not really. But, we literally had less than 24 hours to plan, prep, and do all this, so... I'll see how it goes. Oh, they actually give me an option here. Cool. As ready as I'll ever be. I couldn't deny that I was nervous, but I had to try. This party was more than what it seemed, and I had done all that I could to prepare for it. Now it was all up to fate. Fate, my decisions, the script. The other boys smiled assuringly at me, which made me feel a little better about everything. I looked at my phone and marked the time. Almost right on cue, the doorbell rang. I gulped. I could practically feel my dad's aura from behind the door. That's really impressive, actually. And having just recently finished a Pokemon tabletop campaign, someone having aura powers means something else entirely than what it probably means here. Sam and Eric quickly rushed to the door and opened the double doors wide to reveal my parents, both dressed in their best. Aw, my parents are pretty. I mean, I like her mom's dress. That is so chic and classic, and guys in Texas can very rarely go wrong. Anyway, in character. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
Oh my, I didn't know your bequeathment came with servants.
Bequeathment? That's a fancy word. And yes, they are totally my servants. Totally. They're not incubi at all.
It was probably overlooked. Besides, who would deny good service?
Yeah, good service. Let's keep that blushy face and go with that thought. I do have a dirty mind sometimes. Sometimes. Always. I was completely shocked. My parents didn't question the boys. Somewhere something made a noise. My apologies. I must go investigate. I was completely shocked. My parents didn't question the boys? They didn't ask for verification or anything? Well, sweetie, most people would not jump to incubi. What were you expecting? I am curious. They had to be. There was no way they'd be okay with this otherwise. The incubi have mind-altering powers. They legit have a telepath. Come on, keep up, girl.
I guess the servants counted as belongings to the house.
Yeah, let's just rationalize this. I'm not starting a harem. No, not at all. Where are my friends? My mother quickly rushed to me and gave me a large hug. I hugged her back, inhaling her perfume. It had only been a couple of days, but living away from the ones who raised me was hard. My mother soon let go and looked at my outfit. Time for disapproval. Gotcha. Also, yeah, living away from your parents for the first time is super hard, and I get maybe Mika's not super close with her parents, but it's still good to see she at least has a decent bond to one of them.
Gorgeous. You look so lovely.
Thank you.
David, look at your daughter and tell her I'm right.
Although I do have a question. With this neckline, where is her cleavage? It feels like she should have some. The same with the mom. I looked to my dad, who was looking around the lobby like an inspector. I stood my ground, waiting for him to look at me. When he did, I let a small smile grace his lips.
Your mother's right. You look like you're all grown up.
Aww, this is probably as close to approval as I'm ever gonna get from you. Thank you. The world around me stopped as my heart pounded hard in my chest. Did my dad just compliment me? On his own accord. My mother was grinning from ear to ear at his words. I was beyond speechless. Let's see how he ruins the moment. Thank you, Daddy. My daddy loves me finally. Yay! I'm so happy. However, his cold face quickly returned as he began to look around once again. Gosh darn it, why must you ruin things?
I assume that you're ready, then, to impress the rest of the guests, correct?
You mean my buddies? I'm pretty sure Naomi and Zuzu don't care. They would probably just be happy with, like, a keg and some chips. What do you mean?
The entire board from Anderson Toys is coming tonight. Even the vice chairman's son will be coming.
Really?
All of them will be measuring your potential.
Uh-huh. Good to know. Like I said, I am your trained show pony, apparently. Let's go. My potential?
To become CEO of the company.
Because I want that? Question mark? I knew it. Something was off about tonight, and now this party had become much more than I anticipated. I gulped silently, but I nodded in response. I looked to the incubi, but they were continuing to be servants for my father's approval. Yeah, you keep that resentment going, girl. I looked behind me and saw Naomi and Zuzu raise their thumbs at me for encouragement. I let out a small breath before feeling my body accept the situation. I felt a weight in my gut, but I had to hide it. Ew, music. As if time zoomed forward all of a sudden, the main hall of the lobby was full of my guests. Men and women in formal and business attire showed up to meet me and see my new home. I didn't expect many to come, but I was once again surprised that night. Really? Once again? I mean, you'll be surprised multiple times? Looking forward to it. I shook my hands with many officials and executive members, putting on the professional face that my dad trained me to have. Because I'm his trained show pony, I called it. I felt overwhelmed, but I hid it well behind a small smile and handshake. I hope the handshake was firm, because that's also important. Many even asked me questions. I tried my best to reply as maturely as possible. I had to remember, say what they want to hear, not what you want to say. In other words, we're about to enter a time section, and these are the, air quotes, right answers versus your personal feelings. And depending on what kind of Mika you're playing, you can really screw things up with your dad or earn a lot of brownie points tonight with this. Okay, and I also kind of hate timed puzzle games, so my apologies if I botched this. Here we go.
So, how do you feel living on your own at such a young age?
It's difficult being independent.
I'm so sorry about your grandfather passing away. It really hit all of us hard.
Aw, that's a nice thing to say. Thank you for your condolences.
Do you have college plans?
Yeah, keggers and parties. Woo! Yes, I do. I felt like the questions came up one after another. Me too. It was tough to answer some of them because they weren't about me. They were about the company.
What do you think will happen with the company now that your grandfather has passed?
Things and stuff. It's hard to say. I'm not an executive or anything. I will get it back on track soon.
What do you think of the philanthropic policy the company has?
Its policies reflect my own values, so I personally think it's great.
Do you think the company should expand from just toys?
I like toys. And what kind of toys are we talking about? I mean, there's more than one kind. I'm just saying. It's a possibility. Eventually, the questions stopped, and I was back to being by myself. Naomi and Zuzu were mingling in the crowds, and the incubi were doing their jobs. So I was all alone in a room full of strangers. Except for your friends and the incubi and your parents, and... It was unnerving to think about, but at least I wasn't being questioned left and right anymore. Yeah, I am not a big fan of the counter ticking down. I tried my best, but I think there were several I botched, and I know there were some I didn't get to read out loud. My apologies. Suddenly, though, my mom pushed her way through the crowd to me, bringing along someone I didn't know.
Honey, I'd like to introduce you to someone.
Really?
This kind gentleman is the son of the vice chairman.
Really? Do tell. Hello. With my mother stood a man who looked only a couple of years older than me. Only a couple? You two look the same age. He smiled and held out his hand to me, silently asking for my hand.
Hi, I'm Andrew Lewis. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss
Hi,
Anderson.
Lewis. Are you any relation to Linkara? Do you know about the top fourth wall? I'm babbling. I will place my hand in his. As I placed my hand in his, he raised it to his lips and kissed over my knuckles. I felt my face burn slightly at the gesture. Andrew smiled at me before releasing my hand.
I'm honored to be invited here.
Aw, we should throw another party and hang out sometime. My mother smiled at both of us, which made me slightly concerned. Why was she excited to introduce me to Andrew? 'Cause you're single, and you're pretty, and he's also really pretty, and I'm gonna guess single, and come on, girl. 2 and 2.
So, you organized this party very well, Miss Anderson.
Thank you. By that I mean I did nothing. Thank you.
You're welcome. Praise is very much deserved.
Andrew then chuckled nervously, bringing a soft fist to his lips to cover his laugh properly before smiling to me.
I'm sorry if I seem a little forward. I've just been excited to meet Harold Anderson's granddaughter.
Oh? Huh? Why? You're hot. We just talked about this.
He used to talk about you all the time in the office on how
Aw.
you helped him refine his toys. I only attended meetings and heard all of the stories. You've helped a lot with the success of the company without having to actually work there.
Well, I think that is actually why I have the mansion. I'm just saying. I helped a lot. I mean, never mind. Oh, he is adorable. Oh, wow. I didn't know he talked about me. He talked about me, but not my dad, as it should be. That would explain everyone's fascination with me and their rather personal questions. I looked at Andrew, who had a kind face to me. He does have a kind face. Something about him seemed off, and I didn't know what it was. He seemed to be hiding something. Whether it was good or bad, I wasn't able to find out. Oh, and the look of disapproval has arrived. Also, yeah, I think he picked up on the shift in the atmosphere. I felt someone walk up beside me, causing me to turn to them. Oh, what, you couldn't sense his aura this time? Next to me was my dad, Joy, giving his cold stare to Andrew, who suddenly became tense.
So, you're Jared's son.
Okay, you're saying that rather accusatively. Andrew's body twitched slightly. Whether it was fear or insult, Andrew locked eyes with my father. I couldn't help but feel the tension between them. It irked me how fragile the air had become, enough to break at the wrong word. Yeah, my dad does that. It is his power.
You're the one who wants to be the next CEO of the Anderson.
Okay, you know what? He can have it. I don't really want it.
Well,
I stared at Andrew. This guy wanted to take my grandfather's place as CEO? I thought the vice chairman wanted the position.
David, leave the poor boy alone.
Yeah, David. I mean, Dad.
I'm merely testing the boy's conversational skills. Nothing wrong with that.
Except for you're being a jerk. And this is a party. Have fun.
of course not, sir.
I'm deeply sorry. This is just how he is. Ignore him, he'll go away.
And polite as well. Interesting.
Dad, shush.
If you'll excuse me.
Oh, damn it! Quickly, Andrew retreated away from my family into the crowd of people. Really, Dad? Really? Stay put. I watched as he disappeared into the crowd towards the back of the house. I was worried, but I gave him his space. He obviously needed it.
Peh. He's not CEO material.
Dad. Emma, I'm not even upset. I'm just disappointed.
That's because you practically interrogated the young man.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you for suddenly displaying a backbone.
A little questioning shouldn't have bothered him. He's obviously not ready for any title in our company.
Your company? Try again. I bit my tongue. I didn't want to make a scene with my dad. One wrong word and he'd lecture me in front of everyone. That was not something that I wanted at my housewarming party. Much like my father at the moment. Eyebrow twitch. I let out a sigh before looking at the clock. It was getting close to midnight, meaning that the party was going to end soon. I lowered my gaze out the window and saw a limo pull up. Huh? Whose limo is that?
Oh, that must be Lewis's car.
Really? You don't say. Huh. Mom? Good taste in bringing him over here. Atta girl.
I'll go get him. Stay with your father so you can escort your guests out together.
They're my guests, not his, and he can go. He is kind of ruined tonight. Yes, Mom. My mother left my dad and me slowly escort the guests out. My dad held a simple smile as he thanked each person for coming. I did the same. Andrew quickly passed the doors before I could speak. Oh, darn it, Dad. Eventually, only Suzu, Naomi, my parents, and the incubi were left. I mean, the boys! They're not incubi, they're not magical creatures. Pfft. My dad suddenly walked over and placed a hand on my shoulder with a smile. I stared up at him, a wave of confusion washing over my face. What?
You did good tonight. I'm proud.
Daddy validation! Yay! Oh, thank you, Dad.
Keep it up and you'll be a good CEO.
Yeah, that thing. That thing that you seem really hung up on. Oh, right.
Alright, your mother and I have to leave.
Aw,
I'm
Dad
sure Naomi and
approves.
Suzu need
Achievement
to
unlocked.
leave as well. Just because it's Saturday doesn't mean you should stay up all night.
That's exactly what it means, even in my adult life. Oh, right.
Thanks for having us. It was a great party.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Although next time we do a party at fancy dress, help Zuzu. Just saying.
We'll come visit tomorrow or something. All right?
Call first. Right. See ya.
Good night, sweetie. Come visit us soon.
Or, you could come visit me, and, if you ever want to separate from Dad, I have guest rooms. All I'm saying. Will do. Bye. We had a good night. All 4 of my remaining guests left the building, all but my dad waving back to me. With the last of the guests gone, I sighed and sat on the staircase, exhausted. Phew, that was tiring. And all I did was dress pretty and talk to people all night.
It's not like you had to do any work, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Give her a break, man. She was getting interrogated left and right.
Matthew, you do bring up a good point. As a real-world introvert, where going to parties, they're fun, but they can also be really taxing. Especially ones that go on a long time, where you're expected to engage with people all night. Yeah, I don't blame Mika for being exhausted right now.
She handled herself the best she could.
Thank you, Damien.
As expected, Princess.
Since you're exhausted, why not head to bed? We can clean up.
You guys must have gotten so much energy tonight.
Ugh.
Shut up, Sam.
Hush, Sam.
Thank you, Eric. Are you guys sure?
Positive. It shouldn't take long.
Okay, just saying. Although, watch out for the bathroom. I think someone threw up in there. Just saying.
Ho ho ho!
What?
It didn't take long to find you little shits after all.
Excuse me? Who the fuck are you? I felt a hot shuddering down my spine. The voice from my dreams echoed through the air into my ears. I looked around, panicked, alongside the incubi. James placed a hand on my shoulder, trying to remain calm.
Don't worry. No one will hurt you.
Aw, thank you, James.
Are you sure? Are you really sure?
I don't know. And just to be sure about my safety, I'm gonna save. Yes. Back in we go. All of us shot our heads towards the door, finally pinning down the direction of the voice. The doors quickly swung open, revealing a sight I would never have expected to see. Well, now I'm curious. That's not that interesting. Skin red as blood, eyes black and gold, piercing into mine, roughened up clothes, and a pistol in his hand. I saw a monster. And his girlfriend. I covered my mouth not to scream at the sight. They're not that bad looking. They are equally pretty as the incubi. Dried blood covered the bandana around his neck as he smirked at me and the boys around me. Beside the red-skinned man was a similar-looking woman in matching thug-like clothes. Thug laugh.
Aw, what's the matter, boys? You really didn't think I wouldn't find you, did you?
Maybe.
I hoped you would, you piece of...
Go get him, Sam. Use that anger for once. All of a sudden, the man raised his gun at Sam's face and instantly pulled the trigger. Yay! New favorite character! We all gasped in shock, instinctively expecting to see a bullet run through Sam's face. But...
What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck? Come on! Damn it, Gabe, do not deny me!
What?
Agreed. You should so be dead right now. What should have been a headshot ended with a loud but empty blank shot. Aw, are you firing blanks, dude? Loser. The pistol echoed its empty shot as the man grew more and more pissed, pulling the trigger over and over in aggravation. Yeah, I'm aggravated too, darn it. Luckily for my ears, it became quiet after its first shot.
Why the fuck won't you work?
I know, right?
This place is protected.
Really? How do you know that? If it is, how did you boys get in?
What did you say, shrimp?
Yeah.
This place has a seal, protecting it from hellborn magic.
Good to know. Also, Damien? Maybe you could have shared that information a little sooner.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Ah!
The man growled and threw his gun at Sam. Good job. When in doubt, just start lobbing stuff at him. I'm pretty sure melee damage will still count. Anyway, who was able to dodge it in time? Boo! The pistol bounced off the ground a couple of times before sliding further away, hitting the wall with a final stop. As it stopped moving, the gun faded into black flame that disappeared into the air. Aw, I wanted a hell gun. Boo.
The previous owner had this place protected by magic, Malix.
How do you know this? Malix? That was his name? I know, right? Lame. His existence resonated in my memory from the dream I had. However, I looked to Matthew in the same confusion as Malix did. This place is protected by... magic?
It would seem that your grandfather had some sort of protective barrier around this house.
And yet you
From
boys
the looks
got
of
in.
it only disables hellborn magic.
Okay, good to know. Malix's face grew to that of extreme anger, his fist tightening as if he was crushing a stress ball.
Then what's stopping me from dragging your asses out and shooting you then?
Start with Sam, okay? We'll see where the night goes. Out of pure instinct, I stepped forward and placed myself between Malix and the boys. With no power, Malix wasn't going to fight. I took that chance to stand up to him instead of being powerless like I was in the dream. That's right, girlfriend. You're strong and independent. You don't need no man. Fuck off. Malik suddenly laughed wildly, staring at me in disbelief.
Whoa! Who let the bitch out of her cage? What is
darling?
A reverse harem or something?
I have my theories about that. I mean, you laugh, but I have theories about this. Malix grinned at me evilly, walking close to me. Duck. Can't catch me, and I got achievement. I ducked underneath Malix's incoming hand. I stared at his hand and his black flame tattoo in surprise as I took a couple of steps back from Malix. Matthew and Damien stepped in front of me, guarding me from Malix with their arms. Boys, I got this. Back off. He is mine.
A quick one. I'm liking you more and more.
Aw, thank you. I don't know why I'm attracting all the crazy, but...
Back off, Malix!
Yeah, Malix.
Don't start acting tough, you pathetic excuse of a demon!
Hey!
You need more protection than her.
I don't know about that. Should I go get a fairy squirrel demon? I can go do that. I'm pretty sure it can take you in a fight, sir. It has a knife and everything.
Shut up!
Oh, did I make little Matthew cry? Why don't you just grow a pair?
Hey, they will drop in time, sir.
Enough, Malix.
Listen to your girlfriend. The woman, who had been standing in silence the whole time, planted a firm hand on Malix's shoulder. Malix looked back at her with a growl and a glare that could kill.
Since when did you get the guts to speak out of place?
Oh, girl, slap him.
We both know you've never controlled me.
Atta girl.
I want them dead just like you do. But now's not the time.
Really? I don't know.
Fuck off! I know what I'm doing.
Do you? Do you really?
Do you? Even if you did fight them, there's 5 against 2.
6.
We never win.
I don't know about that. I mean, if you take out Sam, just, one of them.
Shut up!
Let's go, Malix! We're wasting our time!
Yeah, Malix. The two growled at each other. Yeah, you two are so gonna break up, calling it now. If they could have used their magic, I could sense that fire would glow from under their teeth. How are you sensing this? I am curious. Malix grunted and glared at the boys. He pointed at James, wanting so badly to use his fingers like a knife. Well, if you boys want a cat fight, I'll go put on a black and white striped shirt and we'll have a match. Let's go.
Just wait, pretty boys. We'll get you and fuck you up real good.
Yeah, I think so. No. Then, Malix turned to me, moving his fingers to point directly between my eyes.
And don't think you're safe. Step outside. I dare you.
Fine, let's go. Now I will hurt you. With that, Malix and the woman walked out of the mansion. The doors closed behind them, leaving the boys and I alone once again. I felt my knees give out from under me. Oh, come on, we were doing so good at being badass. Forcing the boys to quickly turn and catch me.
Whoa! Are you alright?
I'm fine. I just got lippy to a demon. I'm great. Yeah, why is he here?
He's been closely tracking us. Our blood trail from the forest must have led him here.
Darn it, boys, did you not learn anything? Clean up after yourselves.
Should have stopped him and finished it here.
We could, but then you would mess up my home, and I'm not down for that.
For once, Matthew, I agree with you.
And for once, I agree with you as well, Sam, so... I stood up and rubbed my arms, feeling the goosebumps Malix left behind on me. I couldn't stop myself from shivering in fear of his words. Malix? Was he a demon?
That son of a bitch is not a demon. He's a devil.
Oh, okay, good to know. Difference? A devil? There's a difference?
Yes. Demons come from a different plane of existence called the Abyssal Planes. Devils, however, come from one of the 7 circles of a place humans know as hell. Despite us not being human, we are very different creatures.
Okay, good to know. Thanks, Eric.
We actually have brains, for one.
Hey,
Devils
that's
always like to
debatable,
cause
Sam.
trouble and try to kill or torture others for their own enjoyment. Demons, like us, know when to use our powers and when not to. We're not stupid.
Oh, I don't know about that, Sam. I really don't know about that in regards to you.
Devils follow orders from higher-ups in their order, and their power only comes from their connection to hell. Demons all have free wills and don't rely on where they came from to use their powers.
And you do? This was all so confusing. Demons and devils and magic all existed, and I happened to land in the middle of it. Not for long, and not if I can help it. What do we do?
You're safe. You've been protected as well.
Yeah, which we should talk about. How did that happen? What?
What Damien's saying is that the magic that protects this place also protects you.
Good to know.
Your grandfather must have cast it when you last saw him or something of that nature. We can sense its aura around your body.
Really? And none of you bothered to share this information sooner because? Damien, ... I couldn't believe my ears. This was the 3rd day of surprises, and this one took the cake. I don't think so, but in being the most surprising, I felt my head spin once again. Are you sure it's from the surprises? I mean, you just might have low blood sugar. Maybe go eat something. Maybe you'll feel better. What did I get myself into? Yeah, what indeed.
Miss, please don't worry. We'll find a way to train ourselves and become stronger to finally finish this feud.
I'm gonna kick his ass right now.
You go try, Sam. I am 100% behind this plan. Go get him.
Until then, we'll protect you as much as we can.
Aw, thank you.
If Malix comes back, we'll be here for you.
Aw. But what about going outside? Won't he?
Like we said, you have a protection spell on you. Even if Malix attacks you, he won't be able to use his magic on you. He'd be just like any other human you can fight back against.
Yeah, but he can still fight. Just because he doesn't have magic doesn't mean that he couldn't, mess me up.
Didn't you say you knew Taekwondo?
I say a lot of things, should be way more specific. Well, yeah. I felt somewhat relieved that it was mostly safe from Malix. Mostly safe. Keep that in mind. Still, I could not help but feel very nervous and apprehensive about the future. The boys were safe here to train and become stronger, but what if Malix did the same? Even more so, I was lost about how my grandfather knew about magic. I had to find out. Do you? Do you really? I mean, we can just kind of pretend nothing's going on. I'm just saying, denial can be a very powerful thing. At least I had time. Do you? Do you? I mean, you might not. Ew, achievement unlocked. Green apples. I went to bed that night feeling nervous. As you should. Despite the words of the incubi, I felt like a target to something I'd never be able to explain or prove. Magic? Devils? Demons? How did this all even happen? Should I really meddle with the situation? No, you shouldn't. Focus on school and get through this event alive. They're only staying until after they defeat Malix. Yeah, and they're gonna go. It's gonna be great. Get your life back. That's right. They said they'd only stay until after they defeated Malix. After that, my life could get back to normal. Temporary insanity, as Kay would say. Yeah, insanity's right. The question was then, would I want them to leave? Yes. Right now. They brought all this weirdness with them. If my life went back to normal, then I'd have to care for the house all on my own. Well, that's a good point. Housework versus, devils coming to hurt them. Just saying. Priorities a little. I'd get to focus on my life instead of being distracted by the boys. I'd have to. Your future. As a high school senior, something you should care a lot about. My life. Where was my life going anyway? I was under pressure from my parents with only my friends and the boys to comfort me. Without the boys, I'd have no way to hide from my responsibilities. Girl, don't hide from your responsibilities. Embrace them. Run with them. It'll be great. Enough. Let's just sleep and deal with tomorrow when it comes. Atta girl. Sleepy time. Sleepy's good. Defeating my sense of thought, I forced myself to sleep, unsure of what tomorrow had planned for me. Hopefully, whatever the future had for me, I'd be ready for it.
I promise to be with you forever.
What?
You're so important to me.
Okay. Naomi?
I swear I'll give my life to you.
I don't want it. You can have it back.
Please, let me love you.
No. Eric, no.
I'll be by your side, always.
No, you won't. Go away.
I can't imagine living without you.
Stop making me murder fairy squirrels.
I want to be with you.
Oh. No, not this life.
I love you.
Do you now? I slowly opened my eyes, letting the voices of my dream echo in my head and force me awake. I rubbed my eyes before sitting up and looking at my clock. 7 a.m.? Why am I up so early? That is a good question. Why are you up so early indeed? I fell back onto the bed and closed my eyes, trying to get back to sleep. However, something kept me awake. Why? It's too early to even be alive. I agree. 7 a.m. is not a good time to be alive. I gave up and sat up, staring at the fireplace across from my bed. A sigh escaped from between my lips before I threw my legs over the side of the bed. What to do at 7 a.m. in the morning? Go shower, go get some breakfast, maybe go for a jog. I'm not really sure what your tastes are. Well, real life, I'd be going to go make some coffee, but let's do some homework, I guess, because I think it's Sunday. I think the party was Saturday. He moved in on Friday. Party's Saturday. Yeah, it's Sunday. We got homework to do. Let's crack some books. I had to work on my homework. I had school tomorrow. Okay, I was right. It is Sunday. Regardless of what was happening in my life. Really, stomach? Really? At that moment, I wish school was over. Oh, no, you don't, sweetie. Well, might as well get it done now. I reluctantly took my books out of my bag and sat on the floor. I made my bed into a study picnic area as I began to work through my homework. Atta girl, become smarter. The benefit of doing your homework in the morning, not having to do it later. The downside? Mornings suck for trying to use your brain for anything educational. I agree. I am a night owl at heart. So trying to do school first thing in the morning, the first 3 classes of the day were like torture to get through. Even if they were classes I liked, it was still, why am I awake? I want to sleep. I can't think at this time of the day. The formula for fixed cost is FC plus VC times Q equals TC. Marginal cost is total cost minus fixed cost in math, and oh dear lord, my brain hurts. I felt my brain slowly start to ramp up the flow of logical thought, speeding up the time as I worked on each economic equation I had. It wasn't a matter of me being smart. Well, it is a little. About anything when it came to doing homework or doing well in class, but I was quick to learn and easily retained information, which kind of goes hand in hand with being smart. I hate to break this to you, sweetheart. If only I could learn about the boys this fast. No learning about them. You focus on your future, Mika. I stopped. Did I really just compare learning about demons to learning about economics? Yeah, you did. This is your life now. It's 7 a.m. It's too early to be alive, let alone make sense. Agreed. Although if you've been doing homework, it really shouldn't be 7 a.m. anymore. I shook my head to continued homework. I returned to bed, feeling the weight of the morning drag me under my covers to try sleeping again. I had energy, but I wanted more sleep. I agree, I also want more sleep. It was Sunday and nothing was going to happen today. Come on, eyes. Back to sleep.